on this homecoming Saturday for Coppin State, a day that saw Stephen Stewart's number 44 retired in the rafters. More on that to come. Turk Mott over on that Coppin State bench as well. He went into the CSU Hall of Fame earlier this morning. It's an eventful homecoming weekend. A lot of built-up pressure for Coppin State to get a win, and we are underway. The former Bulldog of South Carolina State, Michael Teal, will start the offense and the first possession for Maryland Eastern Shore. Coppin comes out in the zone to start this contest. Obanla is fouled by Demariante Hall on the pass. And he'll pick up his first. 17 seconds into this contest, we'll have our first whistle. It was an eventful warm-up period, to say the least, between these two sides. A miniature gathering of sorts is what we'll call it between these two teams in the layup lines. Obanla to the line. He's fouled again. He'll go to the line. That's Horton's first. And it'll be 2 free throws for the Clayton transfer. Cooper, Obanla, Teal, Staples, and Vasile are your 5 for Maryland Eastern Shore to start for the second-year head coach, Cleo Hill Jr. First free throw for Zion is good, 65% on the year from the charity stripe coming in. And he hits both. And now a whistle off the ball. And an eventful first 27 seconds. First foul on Maryland Eastern Shore. And it's on Zion Obanla. We're finally underway here. Saunders, Perkins, Hall, Horton, and Koenig, the 5 for the third-year head coach, Larry Stewart. Perkins trying to find some space. He gets it back, 10 to shoot. Off the double drag screen. Got bumped out off his spot. And now he'll have to hoist a turnaround, and he doesn't hit. Catch and shoot 3 on the way. Missed it short for Dorian Staples. Perkins tried to rifle one underneath, and it got almost intercepted, but they'll reset with Saunders. Saunders pull up off front iron, no good. And Eastern Shore throws it away. Coppin will have a baseline inbound here. Still 2-0, UMES the lead. Koenig, top of the key. Hall stops, trying to step under, can't hit, too strong. Koenig almost tipped it to himself, and in fact, it'll be off of Maurice Vassell last, and Coppin will retain possession. Tipped out of bounds once again. Coppin trying to force the issue here with 18 minutes to go in the second half. Just 2 minutes in, they'll have 6 to shoot in a baseline inbound. Confusion here on the baseline before we get this inbound. Saunders deep in the corner, getting ready to fire it in for Coppin State. They'll have 6 to shoot, 17:58 to go. In fact, they'll go to 19 seconds. So Perkins will dribble it back out and reset the offense. Hall able to draw a whistle on Staples, and Demariante Hall will head to the line with 17:41 to go here in this first half, looking to tie the score. First foul on Staples. Hall sinks. Hall now for number 2 to tie the score. 51% on the year is Demariante Hall, coming off a 12-point performance on 5 of 7 shooting in the win against South Carolina State the last time out. Teal right into the middle of the defense, able to kick it out, get Coppin scrambling, and then a pull-up jump shot doesn't drop for Cooper, and Coppin's got the rebound. And now a whistle and an offensive foul against Coppin State. Hall picks up his second personal foul, and that'll bring Taj Thweet off the bench. And Teal will back it out. And we get another whistle, and it's going to go against Coppin State. This is going to be Collie Horton's second personal. So now he's got 2. Coppin's got 4 with 17:06 to play. And I think Coach Stewart's going to leave. Nope, here comes the sub for Horton. It's going to be Cameron Sparrow. And a whistle and a travel goes back to Coppin State. Rough first couple of minutes here in the PEC Arena, still tied at 2. Somebody's trying to get the lid off. Neither side has hit a bucket from the floor yet. See if Saunders can get the lid off. He will not. It's an air ball from the free throw line. 16.5 to go. Teal gave it up, and then it's thrown away. Taj Thweet trying to snake through a couple defenders. Obanla is able to poke it loose and save it for Cooper. Obanla into the courtside seats. He's back up to his feet. Think everybody's okay down there. And now a whistle and a foul on the pass. Yeah, luckily it was just the chairs that took the brunt of that from Zion Obanla. But it'll be another foul on Coppin State. That's Tyler Koenig. That's his first, team's 5th. With 16:13 to go in a 2-2 game that has seen both sides connect from the free throw line twice apiece. Obanla gives it up, and Michael Teal, the graduate's transfer out of Alexandria, Virginia, and from South Carolina State the last 2 years, Runs the offense. Obanla inside, hop stepping around, and he's able to fire that up and in. And the first field goal of the game for either side goes to Maryland Eastern Shore. Thweet wants three. Give it to him. Coppin's got their first lead. 5-4 the score. First made three for either side. Coppin's first attempt. Thweet, a 38% three-point shooter coming in. That's his 17th made triple of the year. Skip across. Staples three for the answer, doesn't drop. Perkins missed a wide open Tyler Koenig underneath. He's got post position here. Saunders doesn't give it to him, but Saunders draws a whistle and a foul, and he'll go to the line as substitutions will be made. Lacandro and Andrews checking in for their two teams respectively at this break. Coppin up by 1, 5-4 through 5 minutes of play. Free throws for Basile Saunders when we come back here on ESPN. Back inside the PEC Arena. 5-4. Eagles lead the Hawks by 1. It'll be free throws for Basile Saunders. The junior from Montgomery Community College will head to the line where he shoots it at 70%. Just 7 of 10 on the year is Saunders. Andrews is getting ready to check in for him to join Sparrow, Koenig, Thweet, and Perkins. Should he make this free throw. Cleo Hill Jr., the head coach in his second year at Maryland Eastern Shore. Last year they assembled one of the toughest schedules in the country. Played his college basketball at NC Central, so Coach Hill very familiar with the MEAC. 6 seasons as a head coach prior to Maryland Eastern Shore. Saunders misses both. We're at Winston-Salem State in the CIAA. So Andrews will have to wait till the next whistle. Teal trying to direct some traffic. Got a couple of switches. Lacandro's three, no good. Doesn't drop, rebounded by Tyler Koenig of Coppin State. Saunders wants it. Trying to get a quick spin, got loose. Trying to find some help, finds Perkins who saves for Thweet. Thweet inside, whistle, foul. Thweet to the line to shoot a pair. And Torrin Andrews now will check in after the first free throw. So 5 on the floor for Maryland Eastern Shore, Justin Mondin and Joseph Lacandro joining Michael Teal, Zion Obanla, and Levi Beckwith, number 24, out there as well. A freshman from Raleigh, North Carolina. Free throw goes in for Thweet. Splits the pair, 6-4, as Andrews checks in. Mondin gets it back, and they break the pressure. Dropping back into the 3-2 zone for Coppin State. Beckwith trying to find some space, fired, tipped, and out of bounds. It'll stay with Maryland Eastern Shore. Inside Teal, couldn't get the finish. And out of the pile with it as it's outletted to Sparrow. Attacking inside, lay-in for Cameron Sparrow. Sparrow missed a few games this season, but has come back and has been a big part of this 3-game win streak for Coppin State to get to 4-6 in conference play. They only won 4 conference games last year, as Thweet comes up with a steal. Has to find an outlet, and he does. So Coppin State 6-21 on the year, 4-6 in the conference. The 6 wins overall and the 4 wins in the conference both match last year's totals. Sparrow tried to lay it off, and it's turned over. It's a 3-on-1. Teal to the rim, couldn't get the finish. And now we'll have a whistle from the trail official with 12:55 to go. Foul goes on Andrews, his first. One more look here. That's great transition offense. Hussein Williams is also in the game now for Coppin State. Missed free throw from Teal, 74% on the year, the preseason third-team All-MEAC selection. Able to split the pair. Eight-5 Eagles, a 3-point lead. Andrews almost threw that away, and then Sparrow's grabbed and wrapped up by Justin Mondin. Sparrow, some words for Mondin. .46 to go, first half. Andrews corner 3, and Coppin's 2 for 2 from distance. Sparrow the steal, going to work on Mondin, who trips Sparrow up, and it'll be free throws coming for Sparrow. Second on Mondin. Sparrow hits the first. Trey Hall checks back in, along with Teal, as Obanla's got the rebound. Obanla trying to work on the newly entered Piercy. Double team, finds Teal with 8. 3 on the way, in and out, halfway down for Jaden Cooper. Extra pass, Williams wide open from the wing. He knocks down another 3 for Coppin, who's perfect from beyond the arc, and it's a 10-point Eagle advantage, 15-5. Good hesitation, but couldn't get the finish for Obanla. Sparrow clears with Piercy, pushing the issue. Williams to Thweet. Heat check time. It's good. Timeout. Cleo Hill and the Hawks. Coppin stayed up 18-5 in the first 9 minutes. That'll take us to the under 12 break. Coppin leads by 13. We'll step aside and return with more from the first half after this on ESPN+.
Coppin State isn't just a name. It's a legacy of transformation. From potential to excellence, we never settle. With renowned educators, cutting-edge programs, and the soul of Baltimore, we are the beacon that shines on the world, fueling a change that the world needs. In this moment, what do you want? Whatever the answer, let it push you to dream bigger, aim higher, and always choose to be more.
Hey, grab me one too.
Introducing Bubbly Burst, new from the makers of Bubbly. It's bursting with fruit flavor, no added sugar, and all smiles.
Coppin stayed up 18-5 in the midst of a big-time run, and they are perfect from beyond the arc. Torrin Andrews put in the second Coppin 3. Sparrow the lay-in there. Hussein Williams 3 for 3 for Coppin as a team on that one, and then Taj Thweet said, why not a 4th? And they are 4 for 4 from distance to start this one, and Thweet leads all scorers with 7. Teal will work the offense. And they fumble it out of bounds, and an unforced error for the 6th turnover in this first half. And here comes Christopher Flippin, a preseason first-team all-conference selection. He'll check in for the first time, and he'll get Joseph Lacandro. Pull up, Williams off the front of the rim, and a friendly bounce for Hussein. Flippin stuck on the double team, got threw it, though, and was able to step around and make a pass. Jaden Cooper on the wing, trying to find an answer to stop an Eagle run. They stepped out of bounds, and Beckwith turns it over. Or, excuse me, Trey Hall turns it over, and Coppin has a chance to really put some pressure on and extend this 15-point lead early here in this first half, about halfway home. 10 minutes to go. One 3-1 now from Maryland Eastern Shore, and then Sparrow was unable to keep the pivot foot, and he turns it back over. Trying to find a bucket here. It's been a while for Maryland Eastern Shore. Teal, hop stepping, lays one off Obanla, and it's going to be goaltending on Taj Thweet. That puts a stop to a 12-0 Coppin State run and ends an over 2-minute scoring drought for Maryland Eastern Shore. Andrews got to find some help, finds Piercy. Scoreboard hasn't been updated yet. It should be 20-7. Piercy with 8, almost turned it over, finds Williams. He'll rise, fire. Coppin's first missed 3. Piercy got right up and fired up the putback from distance, could not hit. Obanla kick out. Cooper got stuck. And out to Teal. Blocked from behind. Sparrow and Koenig, not sure who got a piece, but both were there. Sparrow drop step, laid off. Koenig right hand. And Larry Stewart will call timeout with a 22-7 lead. We will not go to the media yet with 8:31 to go. Timeout came a little early to send it to that, but here's the look. Sparrow lays it off for the big fella. And the Coontown University transfers on the board for the first time today. Cameron Sparrow, since his return, has really helped spark this Coppin State team. His third year under head coach Larry Stewart. Larry Stewart recruiting Cam Sparrow, who made the all-rookie team back in 2023, and now as a junior has 9 blocks in his last 4 games, including the game-saving block on a dunk try in the final seconds against NC Central on Valentine's Day in a 58-56 win. Keys to the game for Coppin State: rebounding, taking care of the ball, and transition defense. So far, so good on that end, leading 11-7, rebounding 3-0 on the offensive glass. They forced 7 turnovers, only turned it over 3 times, and they've been able to allow no fast break, or really just the 1 fast break point, which I'm not sure how you only get 1 fast break point, but they've been able to limit Maryland Eastern Shore. And since Cam Sparrow's returned to play in his last 5 games, he's averaged 7.6 points, 4.2 rebounds, 1.6 blocks, and has 1.4 steals in that time frame. Cooper to the line now to shoot free throws. Trailing 22-7. Jaden Cooper, an 86% free throw shooter on the year, his first try at the line. Sparrow was the one who committed the foul. Cooper could not hit. This is his 38th and 39th attempts on the year. And now Chris Morgan back healthy, his return to the lineup. Coppin State's been able to get themselves healthy in the last couple of weeks, which has helped the win streak. Second free throw good. So Chris Morgan, the senior transfer from Monmouth, able to check in for the first time in what feels like a long time, probably for him. Sets a hard screen and is whistled for an illegal screen in his first 30 seconds back in action. His first and the team's 8th. .802 to play. We'll get a media break at our next whistle. Coppin going to the 1-2-2 here, throwing a bunch of different looks at Maryland Eastern Shore as it transitions into what looks like now a 2-3. 3 on the kick out, not gonna drop for Cooper, and a whistle and a foul on the rebound, and it'll be free throws for Hussein Williams after the break. Coppin leads 22-8, a 14-point advantage for Coppin State with 7:40 to go. Hussein Williams getting the friendly bounce, and the Coppin State shooting has been tremendous. 46%, 66% from the three-point line, and they open up a 14-point lead, trying to add on to it when we come back. Keys to the game for Maryland Eastern Shore. They got to handle the pressure, offensive rebounding, and make the extra pass. But I don't think Coach Hill's going to be too thrilled. No offensive rebounds in the game. 7 turnovers and only 1 assist on 2 made shots for Maryland Eastern Shore. Williams splits the pair and almost got his own miss. Could not do so. 23-8 the score. Coppin with the lead, back to 15. Approaching the closing stages here in this first half. It's been all Coppin State so far. This was a 3-point ball game down on the Eastern Shore when these two teams met earlier this season in a 3-point 70-67 win for the Hawks. And there is a turnover. Almost had a backdoor feed, couldn't find it. Now Coppin playing with two bigs. They haven't been able to do that in a couple of weeks with all the injuries to their big men. Down to 7 to shoot. Andrews will hoist. Can't hit. Coppin 0 for the last 3 after starting 4 for 4 from distance. But Maryland Eastern Shore, not a lot of offense and almost another turnover. In the last 8 minutes and 48 seconds of gameplay, it's been all Coppin State, a 21-4 run. It was a 4-2 lead for Maryland Eastern Shore, and since then, only 4 points since the 15:58 mark of this opening half. Flippin will flip it off to Teal, who will go to work. Coppin switching to a little bit of a matchup zone. Teal trying to penetrate. He'll kick back to the corner. Cooper stepping around. Head fake down to 8. Cooper a 3 on the way. And finally, Maryland Eastern Shore connects on their 6th 3-point try. Their first made 3 goes down, and that'll end a nearly 2-minute scoring drought for them, 23-11. What Coppin does not want to do is let Maryland Eastern Shore back in it before the half. Got to try and put your foot on the gas pedal here if you're Coppin State. And a whistle and a foul on the floor will go on Mario Hansen Jr., the Robert Morris transfer. The free throws 1 and 1 upcoming here for Tyler Koenig. Thweet getting ready to check back in for Coppin State. He'll get Chris Morgan. Trying to go back inside, rising, and met at the rim, but Flippin is going to the line to shoot 2. First free throw good. Flippin trying to go 2 for 2 here, get this down to 10, cannot, it'll stay at 11, 23-12. Teal, the steal rises, and it's swatted by Andrews. Torin Andrews meeting Michael Teal at the rim. Teal picked his pocket and then went to flush, and Teal said, "Not today." Flippin fouled by Koenig, his second. 2 more free throws coming for Christopher Flippin. Missed them both. Offensive rebound, put back, count it, and a foul high off the glass for Jaden Cooper. (23-15) the lead, back down to single digits. They find Sparrow pitching. Morgan, he missed, got his own miss as he tipped it back, but Andrews couldn't corral it. Up ahead, Teal. This time he'll go to lay it up, and it's erased by Saunders. Teal can't believe it that he's been blocked at the rim for a second time. That's all ball. Great defense from Basile Saunders, and he'll walk the other way to shoot free throws. First one up and in. Hits both. Almost came up with the steal, but they are able to break pressure. Now Trey Brown is into the game. Gives it up, finding Cooper. 10 to shoot, 10-point ball game after the two Saunders free throws. Basile trying to find post position. They don't get it to him. Instead, it's Cooper. He's got a launch, and it's an air ball. And a shot clock violation. And Perkins is fouled by Teal. That'll be his second with 4:26 to go, and more free throws for Coppin State. So Perkins back to the line. Well, his first time today, but the Eagles back to the line, shooting their 14th and 15th free throws of a first half that has seen 21 foul calls between the two sides. Perkins hits both. His first 2 points of the game. Cooper gives it up to the newly entered Jaden Johnson. A 12-man rotation today for Maryland Eastern Shore. Johnson underneath, and the turnaround goes for Hansen. And Mario Hansen Jr. is going to the line for one more. That'll take us to the under 4 media timeout with 3:57 to go. 10-point game, could be 9 when we come back. Free throw pending for Maryland Eastern Shore.
There is a conference where the student and student athlete still matters, where geography means something, and where rivalries are measured in decades, not dollars. In this conference, we push one another to greater heights on the field, the court, the track, and in the classroom. Here, we stay true to our values, and we stay true to each other. The Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, where champions are made.
This is what you've all been waiting for. The MEAT tournament is back. The talent, the intensity, the rivalry, all fighting to rise to the top. Experience every exciting moment, all in one place. March 11th through the 14th at the Norfolk Scope Arena. Tickets available now at Ticketmaster and meathoops.com.
A 10-point, 27-17 ball game in the lead for Coppin State. As you see the homecoming court on your end on the far right, that is the reigning Mr. and Mrs. Coppin State. And the other members of that homecoming court are previous Mr. and Miss Coppin State University, being honored here at the Under 4 Media Timeout. A lot of happenings going on today for homecoming day here at Coppin State. More to come. Mentioned it earlier, Stephen Stewart watched his number 44 be retired alongside his brother Larry Stewart's, as well as a few other names up in the rafters for Coppin State. And there'll be one free throw here for Mario Hansen Jr. Hansen Jr. 68% on the year, trying to cut the lead to 9, and he does. So Coppin's led by as many as 15 a couple of different times here tonight. But the lead has now shrunk back down to 9. Coppin had a chance to really run away with this, but Eastern Shore has been able to settle down and start fighting their way back. It also helps that Coppin's cooled down a little bit from beyond the arc. Saunders a head fake, and he fumbled it away and out of bounds. A 6th turnover of the first half for the Eagles. Back over it comes for Trey Brown. Thirteen Hawks players have seen action in the first 20 minutes of play. Kick out 3, Hall couldn't hit. Perkins, the former UMES Hawk, gives it up. Saunders will reset the offense, 3 to play. Coppin fighting a little bit of foul trouble. Koenig, Hall, Horton, and Sparrow all with 2. Hall and Horton have only played 3 first half minutes. But Coach Stewart also hasn't really needed them on the floor in this first half because of the way the bench has stepped up. Andrews couldn't connect on a 3. Coppin started 4 for 4. They've missed their last 4. All alone underneath, and then Chris Morgan absolutely hammers Maurice Vassell. And Vassell will head to the line with 2:38 to go in the first half. Vassell, 73% on the year. First trip for the sophomore from Charlotte, North Carolina, transferring in after a season in the Horizon League at Robert Morris. 7-point game now, 27-20. Andrews wasn't paying attention, but did just in time, and now another foul and more free throws coming for Coppin State. 24 whistles in this first half. Coppin and Torrin Andrews will now shoot their 16th and 17th free throws of the half. Andrews, this is his first two, and he's able to hit the first of two free throws. He is 81% on the year. Splits the pair, and a rebound for Trey Brown. Jaden Johnson giving it up, and now it's trying to work its way back, but it does find Johnson as his pass was intercepted. Outlet it up ahead. Andrews went to flush. No whistle. Williams the putback, no. Andrews tipping. Perkins keeps it alive. Okay, that was a lot. You know, we've had 24 fouls in the first half, and that wasn't one of them. 6 to shoot. He'll get Chris Morgan for his third personal foul in this first half, away from the ball. With 1:52 to go here in the first half. Jaden Johnson. Finding Cooper. Motioning Johnson, trying to turn the corner, kick to the left corner, and a three rattles home for Trey Brown. And it's a 5-point game all of a sudden, 28-23. Williams short. Ran down his own miss and laid it in. That's going to end a long drought for Coppin State. And they're back up 7 with a minute to go. Almost thrown away. Brown kept it alive with 7, crossing over, trying to get to 15. Almost had it picked off. Bumping, firing, halfway down and out. Put back doesn't go. Second try got blocked. Third try, however, dropping for Vassell. And then Coppin almost threw it away. Shot clock off with 28.4. Tosh Thweet's going to check in here for Chris Morgan. Perkins rises, fires, and hits. Coppin 5 of 10, and now they're back up 8. Stepping around, half-court heave, not gonna drop. Eagles 33-25 leaders at the break. Joined now by the newly retired jersey holder, Steven Stewart. Coach, congratulations on that. Your team came out, really backed up that high emotion warm-up, and then, of course, with your jersey present, Bobby and Danny at UConn and Arizona State, respectively. Actually, Danny's in a dogfight right now with Villanova and his UConn Husky side. But here we go. Underway, Coppin State basketball, half number 2, an 8-point lead. Starters back out for the Eagles. Hall and Horton, who only played 3 minutes apiece in that first half due to foul trouble early on, back in. alongside Koenig, Saunders, and Perkins. And immediately out of the gate, it's an and one for Demariante Hall to push the lead back to 10. Third foul on Dorian Staples. Foul trouble now. Staples with 3. Obanla's got 2. Teal, Mondin also with 2 for Maryland Eastern Shore. And Hall sinks the free throw to make the lead 11 once again, and Coppin back to the full court pressure. So now Teal will work the offense, trying to get things rolling once again for Maryland Eastern Shore. Coppin actually finishing that first half and now starting the second half on a 6-0 run, but Obanla's going to put an end to that. So it was a quick 6-0 run in a minute of game time for Coppin State, but that has been ended by Obanla's layup there just a moment ago as Horton turns the corner on the press break. And we'll reset. Obanla's up to 8 points now. 36-27. Horton whistled for an illegal screen, and now a technical foul on Kali Horton. He can't believe it, so that's going to be Horton's 4th. I took my eyes away. I don't know if Horton turned and said something to the official, but if he didn't, then you got to think you got to let that go. But he said something, and there's been a lot of talk throughout that first half on both sides, and Larry Stewart is not pleased with his third-year player, Kali Horton, who has been in this program now for 3 years. Coach Stewart brought him in as a freshman. Here's a look. See, and you know, Horton's not even saying anything to the officials at that. He's looking at the bench the entire time. That's one where I think you can walk over to him and warn him. But to give the technical there seems excessive from where I'm sitting, and to dish out the technical from across the floor, knowing that he just picked up his 3rd and now that's going to be his 4th, and he's already frustrated. I don't know about that one. He must have said the magic words. And a whistle and a travel. Well, the officials are not having a great day. That's going to do it there. So Coppin up big. Saunders sinks a long jump shot and hits to make it an 11-point or a 9-point lead, 38-29. Coppin with the lead. Whistle and another travel will turn it back over to Coppin State. Perkins with the basketball for the Eagles up top. Hall inside through the contact, got the bucket. 40-29, the lead's back to 11. Obanla inside through Koenig, and he's got the bucket, and he's got 10. He's the first Hawk player with double-digit scoring, and it's a 9-point game once again. Williams can't hit. Perkins trying to run it down, and he will. Hall sidestep through it, got fouled, and he'll go to the line with 16:41 to go. Obanla just picked up his third, and the free throw miss. He'll head to the bench, and Monlin will check back in. Sparrow checks in for Coppin State. And he's in for Saunders. Three ball doesn't drop. Sparrow the rebound. Inside whistle and an offensive foul on Perkins. $16:14 to go. Eagles by 10. First on Perkins. Three drops for Dorian Staples. 7-point game, 41-34. Knocked away by Teal. To the races, got Sparrow in the air, and he missed it badly. Rebound put back, and the foul will go against Perkins with 15:40 to go. And we will have free throws on the other side of the break. 41-34, 15:40 to go. Eagles by 7. We'll be back after this on ESPN+.
As a top 10 public HBCU, the University of Maryland Eastern Shore has been creating opportunity for nearly 140 years. Opportunity to get an affordable, top-level education. An opportunity to be part of a family that celebrates you for who you are. First-generation college students, grandchildren of alumni, athletes, farmers, scientists, artists. We're holding open the door at University of Maryland Eastern Shore.
Hey, on the mountain we've got a saying. Get off your... Touchdown! Woo. Mountain Dew. This is what you've all been waiting for. The MEAC tournament is back. The talent, the intensity, the rivalry, all fighting to rise to the top. Experience every exciting moment, all in one place. March 11th through the 14th at the Norfolk Scope Arena. Tickets available now at Ticketmaster and meathoops.com.
Right now, got a feeling in
Bubbly Burst, new from the makers of Bubbly. It's bursting with fruit flavor, no added sugar, and all smiles.
Coppin State with a 41-34 lead here in the second half. It'll be free throws for Maryland Eastern Shore. Perkins picked up his second foul before we went to break. It'll be Justin Mondin at the line, the Georgia Southwestern State transfer. Misses the first of two, and now Taj Thweet's going to check in for Tyler Koenig. Mondin, a 67% shooter. It's his first trip to the line today. Splits the pair, 1 of 2. Sparrow to Hall on the low post, fires it back up through Thweet's hands. He's able to corral it for a moment, then gave it up. And off to the races, two-handed flush for Maurice Vassell. (41-37) with 15 minutes to go. Foul underneath. Going against Eastern Shore. They called it on Vassell. His first. In for Hall, trying to go quickly. Whistle, count it, and one. Second time for Demariante Hall, going to the line for an old-fashioned three-point play. Vassell exits, and Obanla with those 3 fouls will check back in. Back to the 1-2-2. Full court pressure off the made free throw. They had Staples for a moment, but he's able to find Mondin. And a shot clock violation. They didn't see it. And Coppin takes back over on the 13th Maryland Eastern Shore turnover today. Hall through the contact, no whistle. Behind the back, kept it alive for a moment. Staples lay in, no. Thweet couldn't grab it cleanly. Sparrow did, and then he outlets ahead for Williams. He'll finger roll it home. And Williams is down behind the play. Referees are going to let him play for a moment and now stop it. And Williams, I think he's just cramping up. He was able to run off the floor there. As we take another look. Oh, yeah, I hope that's at least a cramp for him. He's back in the tunnel now, getting worked on by the training staff. So now Torrin Andrews checks in for him. Well, the shot clock reset to 30 here, so they got to go make sure that the shot clock gets set back up correctly. Are they going to go to the monitor and look at it to figure out what the shot clock is? So all three referees at the monitor making sure the shot clock is correct. Coppin leads by 9 with a 13-12 advantage here in the second half. So 25 is where we will put the shot clock. $13:35 to go and 25 seconds on the shot clock. Mondin trying to go inside, doesn't have anything, and now looks like Sparrow's going to be whistled for the foul. It'll be his third. Fifth on the Eagles. And it'll be a baseline inbound, and the shot clock will reset to 20. And now a whistle off ball and a foul. Goes against Hall. It's his third. So one more puts Coppin over the limit. And miscommunication between Staples and Cooper results in a turnover for Maryland Eastern Shore, their 14th of the game. Eagles 46-37 lead, and they got the basketball back. Sparrow drives, pulls up from 15, and knocks down the jumper. Obanla can't hit. Sparrow corrals the missed shot, and we'll start the offense with Perkins. Across the timeline. Sparrow inside reverse, couldn't get the roll. Hall fighting for the rebound, and he got fouled, and he's going to shoot free throws. Doing what Demariante Hall does best. Brown called for his first as Christopher Flippin's getting ready to check back in. Hall hits the first, so Flippin and Johnson will be the two off the bench. Mondin and Obanla will exit. hits both. 13-point Eagle lead. They've led by as many as 15 at 2 different stages in that first half. Flippin able to fire one off to Cooper. And now Johnson on the restart, under 20 to shoot, as they'll just get the offense rolling now. Inside, stolen. Andrews up ahead to Thweet. Clear the runway, and he'll lay it in with 2. Lead back to 15 for the Eagles, 52-37. Flippin, right-handed hook, got it. Coppin going to slow down the pace here a little bit. Make sure everybody's in the right spot to run the set. Andrews gets it back with 5. Thweet's going to have to hoist. A straightaway 3 can't hit. Here comes Jaden Johnson. Little crossover move, gives it back, and they'll reset. Johnson catches it back at the logo. Flippin, turns, fires, missed the short right hook that time. Thweet trying again, that time an air ball, but Sparrow on the putback. Got it to go. 10:25 remaining. 54-39, under 12 media timeout. Sparrow up to 7 points for Coppin State, and they have a 15-point lead once again. We'll step aside and be back with the second half on the other side of the break. (54-39), the lead back to 15 for Coppin State. On a 13-2 run over the last 4:55 of gameplay are the Eagles, off the goaltending call on Cam Sparrow's layup After the offensive rebound and the putback, Sparrows up to 7. Hall leads the way, and all scorers with 13, one of 2 Eagles in double figures, the other being Hussein Williams with 10. Zion Obanla for UMES has 10 points as well, followed by Jaden Cooper's 9. Horton, the lone player with 4 personal fouls, on the bench for Coppin State right now. Hall, Sparrow, and Morgan all with 3 for Coppin. Obanla and Staples have 3 for Maryland Eastern Shore. In a game that has seen a lot of whistles and a lot of free throws, and both sides actually shooting it above 65% from the free throw line. Both teams probably want to see those numbers a little higher. Flipping to the corner, Teal the extra pass. Johnson reins in the triple, the 4th made 3 of the ball game for Maryland Eastern Shore, and it's 54-42, a 12-point game. Perkins gonna back it out and run some more clock for Coppin State. Koenig called for an illegal screen. It's his 3rd, and I don't know about that one either. Take another look at it. If we can get another look at the Koenig illegal screen at the next whistle, or the next time we have a stoppage, we'll get you another look and we'll see how that went down and see if Tyler Koenig had got there, but that is his 3rd. Back out to Teal. Coach Stewart didn't like it initially, and now we'll get another foul away from the ball, this time on the post up by Flippin. That'll be his 1st. So here's the Koenig screen. Looked like he leaned a little left on that one. Here's the other angle we have. Yeah, wasn't quite there. He was about a step too slow to get there to get his feet set, and then Christopher Flippin on the post up on the other end picked up a whistle and a foul. So now Koenig's got to be careful with 3. Perkins thought about it, instead tried to go inside to Koenig. He's wrapped up. Flippin will pick up his 2nd. And here comes Obanla back in for Flippin, who's got 2 fouls in about 30 seconds of gameplay. Koenig will now shoot 1 and 1. He is 0 for 1 today with 2 points, 1 and 1 from the floor. Both teams over the foul limit for the next 9:06. And Koenig can't hit that free throw. Tyler was 78% coming into the day, but now is 0 for 2. Obanla had it stripped away. Sparrow the steal. Cam Sparrow has been all over the defensive side of the ball. His 2nd steal. Now they got to get across, and they just will, just in time before that 10-second count would have become official. Tried to go inside. That one luckily stayed in bounds for Koenig. Muscled that up, and he got fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. 8:26 to play. Both sides with still 3 timeouts. Nobody's decided to call one yet. This lead still at double digits for Coppin State, but both teams scoreless over the last 2 minutes of this one. 12-point lead. Koenig with a chance to tack on to it. Koenig might have got hit in the face, maybe a little blood. Yeah, I think Koenig's got a cut on his lip. He'll have to go take care of that really quickly before he can shoot the free throws. I think he's got it ready to go. So he will go to the line to shoot 2. Foul was on Jaden Cooper, his 1st. Koenig left that one short. He's now 0 for 3 at the line tonight. That's going to be short as well. Koenig 0 for 4 at the line. 54-42. A whistle and a stoppage is going to allow Demariante Hall to come in. And yeah, they had to get Koenig out because of the blood on the jersey, I believe, because he was wiping it off on the jersey. You would think by now that players wouldn't do that. But he'll get that taken care of and all cleaned up. And Teal going to the line, and he'll pick up a foul call, I believe, on Sparrow it is. So that's Sparrow's fourth. With 8:04 to go, Sparrow's got his fourth. Michael Teal back to the line. He's 1 for 2 today. That's his only point. Does have 4 rebounds, 2 steals, 3 assists in 24 minutes. Hits that one. Teal, a 74% shooter on the year. Flippin returns and Obanla exits. Got to protect those 3 fouls as long as Coach Hill can, as long as this game continues to hang around this 10-point margin that it is right now as his team's trying to find their way back into it. 54-44, 8 minutes to go. Next whistle to the media timeout. Andrews breaks the pressure. Johnson stays in front and forces Andrews back towards midcourt. Sparrow turning the corner, lays it off. Thweet can't hit. He got fouled on the arm. And Taj Thweet's going to head to the charity stripe on the other side of the timeout. 7:48 remaining here in this one. A 10-point game. Coppin State the lead with free throws, trying to push it back to 12 when we return on ESPN+. Taj Thweet to the line to shoot 2 off of the foul on UMES. Trying to push the lead back to 12. Your under 8 game summary. Eagles had an 8-point lead at the break, now up by 10. Obanla and Cooper lead the way with 10 and 9 respectively. Hall leads all scorers with 13 and Hussein Williams has 10. All those players are the only 3 in double figures, with Cooper right behind them at 9. Thweet missed the front end of the 2 free throws, and now we'll look to push the lead to 11 with 7:48 to go, and he will. And Taj Thweet's up to 10 points now, the 3rd Eagle in double figures. Coppin looking to win 4 straight for the first time since the 2010-2011 season. And looking to surpass last year's win total in both the conference and overall, with their 7th win on the year and their 5th in conference play. Whistling an offensive foul away from the ball. It's on Flippin. Flippin's got 4 all of a sudden, all in this half. Perkins walks it across and will initiate the offense. Flippin's still in there with those 4 fouls, so he's got to be careful to stay available. And then Thweet threw it out of bounds. A 13th Coppin State turnover, and now here comes Maurice Vassell for Maryland Eastern Shore. Teal trying to turn the corner. Thweet doing a good job moving his feet. That one's knocked free for a moment. Johnson got it back. Under 7 minutes to play. An 11-point Coppin State lead. Maryland Eastern Shore struggling here to find something that's inside the perimeter. Johnson able to get in, got it off the rim. No, rebound still loose, and Demariante Hall is able to bring it down and then find his point guard, Hassan Perkins. Hall getting to the right block, right where he wants it. Muscled that up, got deflected by Vassell and out of play. Andrews knocked away by Teal. Who's going to pick up this foul? I think it's going to go against Andrews. It does. His second, team's 9th. So 1-1 upcoming here. So Michael Teal with the 1-1. Sparrow getting ready to check back in. Hits the first, so he earns a second. Second free throw to cut the lead down to 9. And he does, 55-46. Both these teams averaging 65 or less points on the year, and they are on that pace right now. Coppin averages 65, and Eastern Shore averages 63.7 a game. Coppin gives up 81, while Eastern Shore gives up 71. And is that on Hall? That is on Demariante Hall. That's his 4th. 6 minutes to go in the second half, and Hall picks up his 4th personal foul. So now Hall, Sparrow, and Horton all with 4 for Coppin State, and they got to be careful. And now Hall and Sparrow both out there for Coach Stewart. He's letting them ride with 6 minutes to go, now down to 5:45. Coppin's been called for 3 or 4 illegal screens today. Sparrow down behind the play. Thweet the rebound, and he's going to go over and check on his teammate. And they're going to call out the trainer. Sparrow still down. He took a hard fall or bump. Didn't quite see it. Here's our look at it from the baseline camera. Oh, yeah, took the ball to the face. No deflection or anything, just right to the right side of the head. He's going to be a little shaken up. Hopefully he's okay. I think he got hit maybe in the eye on that side. That right side of the face is not going to feel good. .6 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals in 20 minutes of action on 3 of 5 shooting for Cam Sparrow today. His 6th game back in the lineup. He's averaging 7 points, 4 rebounds, almost 2 blocks, and almost 2 steals per contest since his return in the last 5 games. Torrin Andrews will be the one to check in. .535 to go, Coppin State basketball. Trying to break the pressure. Saunders has to go, and a 10-second violation. 16 turnovers for the game now for Coppin. Jaden Cooper will be the inbounder in the front court. .20 on the shot clock due to the backcourt turnover, so they will get 20 to shoot, 5:25 to go. So Johnson now, with his team trailing by 9, trying to orchestrate a run here to get them back in it. Coppin scoreless over the last 2:23, but in the last 5 minutes, it's a 7-1, make it a 9-1 run, and that's going to be the day for Demariante Hall. And an extra free throw coming up for UMES. Hall has fouled out with 5:13 to go. So Vasile back to the line where he will shoot free throws. Koenig will check in for Coppin State. And he's got 3 fouls of his own. Missed the free throw, and the lead is still 55-48, a 7-point game. Breaking the pressure that time, Saunders. Perkins underneath. Koenig left that short, but he got high-fived on the hand by Vassell. So Koenig's going to the line. His 3rd personal foul. And that'll bring Zion Obanla back into the game for Maryland Eastern Shore. Koenig got the bounce there for his first made free throw. He's now 1 for 5 at the line today. Torrin Andrews in for Saunders. And he's able to sink both. Forced a pickup now as they break the pressure, and they'll find Johnson. 9-point game still. Johnson. That's going to go against Thweet. His 2nd, and 2 more free throws coming. hits the first. Oh no, Bonla can keep cutting into this lead. He's now up to 9 points, now up to 11, excuse me. The team lead in points. He's now 3 for 3 at the line as well. 65% on the year. The transfer from Clayton hits them both, and he's now 4 for 4 with 12 points. Andrews will back it out. They will run some clock, up by 7. Thweet for 3, can't get the roll as it bounces out. Big possession here for Maryland Eastern Shore with under 4 minutes to play. Three ball goes down for Jaden Cooper. His second made three, 57-53. Andrews, the runner, that's not gonna go. Well off the mark. To the rim, and it's a 2-point game, 57-55. 3:05 to play. Horton getting ready to check back in. Williams' three doesn't go down, and now a chance to tie or take the lead for the first time since it was 4-2. They'll go for the lead, and it's an air ball. And it's off of Thweet last with 2:34 to go. Maryland Eastern Shore will keep possession, and we'll go to the under 4 media timeout. A 2-point lead as it stands for Coppin State, 57-55. We're back with the rest of this entertaining second half from homecoming inside the PEC Arena after this.
All been waiting for. The MEAC tournament is back. The talent, the intensity, the rivalry, all fighting to rise to the top. Experience every exciting moment, all in one place. March 11th through the 14th at the Norfolk Scope Arena. Tickets available now at Ticketmaster and MEACHoops.com.
Brighter futures begin here with students and faculty that bring campus projects to life with help from the Home Depot Retool Your School grants. With these grants, HBCUs have built innovative learning lounges, revitalized rec areas, and created peaceful wellness spaces, providing students with areas to learn, relax, and thrive. Through their dedication to uplifting their campuses, HBCUs are growing stronger, one grant at a time, one project at a time, one community at a time. Learn more at retoolyourschool.com. Retool Your School. We're powered by purpose.
At Wells Fargo, we believe that doing can make a difference. That's why we've donated over $2 billion to strengthen local communities over the last 5 years. From more than $710 million to help address housing access and affordability, to roughly $420 million to help small business owners through nonprofits, to nearly $58 million to support scholarships and programming for students. Because doing gets it done.
Demariante Hall with 13 points to lead to lead the Coppin State scorers, has fouled out with 5 total fouls at the 5:13 mark. And Coppin State's looking to hang on here. It'll be a baseline inbound with 22 to shoot. Sidestep, Staples for the lead, halfway down and out, Koenig a rebound. Horton, head fake. Gave it up, 6 to shoot. They got to go. 5 with Perkins. 3, Hill hoist off the mark, and a shot clock violation. .158 to go. 57-55. Coppin by 2. Well, that called timeout will take us to our final media break with 1:58 to go. Eastern Shore trails by 2. Eagles lead 57-55. Eastern Shore basketball when we come back with the final 2 minutes after this on ESPN+. 1:58 to go in a 2-point ball game. Coppin State the lead 57-55 here on homecoming as they look to win their 4th in a row. Maryland Eastern Shore is looking to snap a 6-game losing streak after starting league play 4-0. This was a team that was picked to finish just ahead of Coppin State in the preseason poll in 7th. Coppin picked to finish 8th, but Maryland Eastern Shore has lost their last 6. Coppin winners of their last 3 since getting some players back from injury. And here we go on the restart. Both sides shooting 2 free throws the rest of the way, and a quick press break and a chance to tie or take the lead. They can have their first lead since it was 4-4, or the first tie since it was 2-2. Laid off offensive foul. Horton slides in with 4 fouls and takes a charge on Staples. That's Staples' 4th. Sparrow has returned for Coppin State. Good to see Sparrow back into the contest after getting shaken up a little bit ago. Just a few moments ago, actually, about 3-4 minutes of game time. But with a couple of media breaks, he got an extended rest. Williams underneath Koenig, tipped away and stolen with 1:15 to go. Again, a chance to tie or take the lead. Horton trying to wall up. Obanla to the rim, and a foul late is called. Is that going to be Horton or Koenig? It is Koenig picking up his fourth. So that's Koenig's fourth. And Obanla stays perfect at 5 for 5 from the line. Vassell checks back in. The 6'9" sophomore got the big wingspan for defensive purposes underneath. And now here comes Levi Beckwith for the first time. At least he's got fouls to give as Justin Mondin is exiting, and both teams, again, over that foul limit. So 2 free throws the rest of the way for both sides. We are tied at 57 for the first time since we were tied at 2. This was a 3-point game the first time these two teams met. 70-67, a Maryland Eastern Shore win. Coppin has lost the last 2 in this series. Horton rises, he got bumped and he got fouled from 3. Not a good foul from Levi Beckwith. Second on Beckwith. Horton looking to get his first points of the night. Yeah, that's an easy call, as Horton's going to the line to shoot 3. He's a 69% shooter. Coppin is 55-21 all time against Maryland Eastern Shore. 27-8 here at home. The last Coppin State win was on February 3rd of last year at Maryland Eastern Shore, a 62-57 win. They could get to that score. First free throw in the lead is good. Their last win here at home came in Larry Stewart's first season at the helm on January 8th, a 58-55 OT win. It's 58-57. Second is good as well for Horton. Beckwith exits, Mondin back in. Both teams just 5 of 16 from beyond the arc, but you can count this as basically 3 if Horton can connect here after being fouled from 3-point land. He's only gotten to play 6 minutes due to the foul trouble here today. And Kali Horton comes up big with 3 big free throws for Coppin State to give them a 3-point lead with 28.9 to go, 60-57. So Coppin State's got to come up with a big defensive stop. Again, they've only allowed 5 made threes in 16 tries. Those are Horton's first 3 points of the game. Maryland Eastern Shore women escaped in game 1 of our doubleheader. 66-64, that final. Coppin State looking to avenge that and split the homecoming doubleheader. Maryland Eastern Shore will have 3 games remaining on their schedule, all at home. South Carolina State next Saturday. The following Monday against NC Central. And then they'll close out the season on March 5th, a Thursday, against Delaware State. Coppin State also with 3 remaining games on their schedule. They won't be back in action until Saturday next week here at home against Norfolk State. And then they'll have 2 straight on the road at Howard on March 2nd. And then on March 5th, they'll go to Morgan State for an 8 p.m. tip, and that will end Coppin State men's season. Again, they are not eligible for the postseason this year because of APR penalties, but they can get their most wins under Larry Stewart in both the conference and on the season with a win here tonight to win 4 straight. Quick inbound to Obanla. 3-point ball game. Michael Teal gives it up. Mondin. Shot clock turned off. Let's see if they go quick or if they're trying to hold for 1. But they don't want to waste too much time, I would assume. Cooper gives it back up. Teal finding Staples. Sidestepping for the tie. Off glass. No. Offensive rebound and a timeout with 3.8. And another opportunity for Maryland Eastern Shore. It was a great defensive possession for 26 seconds. And then the offensive rebound will lead to a second chance for Maryland Eastern Shore. Just their 6th offensive rebound of the game, and it comes at a huge moment. One timeout remaining for Maryland Eastern Shore. 2 remaining for Larry Stewart. Coppin State has won 3 in a row, a 21-point win against Delaware State on February 7th here at home. And then they survived 2 straight at NC Central and South Carolina State, both 2-point wins, including a Cam Sparrow block to seal the deal against NC Central. They've played defense to win games. Their last 2 wins, they're going to have to do it again here tonight, as Maryland Eastern Shore with a chance to send this game to overtime, possibly win it with a 4-point play with 3.8 to go. 5 of 17 from 3 is Maryland Eastern Shore, just 29% here today. And with 3.8, you got to draw something up to get a 3-point look off. It got tipped on the way in. Mondin sidestep for the tie. He got fouled with .2. Taj Thweet whistled for his 3rd foul. %67% is Justin Mondin. 1 for 2 today. He needs all 3. He hits the first. Second try. Rattled it in, and now perhaps the biggest of 3 free throws. Larry Stewart is going to try to ice the junior from Raleigh, North Carolina, the Georgia Southwestern State transfer. 67% on the year. Coppin led by 15 with 10:25 to go in the second half. And now clinging to a 1-point lead. If Mondin should hit, we'll have bonus basketball. If he misses, this game is over because with .2, I don't even think you can get an offensive rebound tip in with .2. Coppin State multiple 15-point leads, including in this half with 10:25 to go, and now clinging to a 1-point lead. Justin Mondin, a chance to tie the game for Maryland Eastern Shore. He hit the first two. The second one rattled in. Here's the third, and it's nothing but net, and that's gonna take us to overtime. Wow, Williams almost hit that. It wouldn't have counted. It would not have counted because you need at least .4 for a catch and shoot, but he would not have gotten that to go. So we are tied at 60. We'll play 5 added minutes. This is the first overtime game. So Thweet and Obanla will tip us off. We have bonus basketball on homecoming. 5 free minutes, and we're underway. So Mondin gives it up. The hero in regulation. Obanla. Yeah, he's not going to get away with that travel. 20th turnover for Maryland Eastern Shore today. And a Coppin State turnover. Teal into the front court quickly. Obanla gives it up. Up top, Mondin. Now to the post for Staples, working on Horton. He'll get to the reverse and lay it in. Both teams will end up with 2 timeouts here in the overtime period. Both teams managing foul trouble, but Coppin State more so than Eastern Shore for the lead. Williams fouled. Williams to the line to shoot 3. Hussein Williams, 1 for 2 today. 70% on the year. Would like to at least get this game tied. If not, give Coppin State the lead back with 3:44 to go. Second free throw good for Williams. Third one up and in. Williams gives Coppin State back the lead. Well, in the last about 2 minutes of game time, we've had 3 3-point shooters fouled. That just does not happen very often. You usually don't see that called 3 times in the span of 2 minutes, but all 3 consistent calls and all 3 were fouls. It gave Coppin State a 3-point lead, then it gave Maryland Eastern Shore the tie to get to overtime. And now Coppin's back in front. Teal looking to get inside. 3 on the way for the answer, can't hit. Out of play, Coppin will take back over, 3:14 to go. Koenig straight away, finding Andrews. Step back 3, short. Sparrow an offensive rebound, bumping, fires, banks, got it. 3-point Coppin State lead. 65-62. Williams knocked it free, couldn't get it back. And Teal able to save it for UMES. Cooper for the tie. Got it, and we're all knotted up at 65. Thweet to Andrews. Step back, answer no. Rebound by Staples. Teal to the corner, and he brings it back out. To the block, Obanla. 4 to shoot. Cooper rises for the lead, does not hit. Sparrow's got his 8th rebound. Cam Sparrow's working on a double-double. Would be Sparrow's first career double-double. Thweet puts it on the deck, gives it to Williams with 10. We're down to 1:08 to play, 8 to shoot. Williams got to go with 6. With 5, 4, kick. Andrews a deep 3. Halfway down and out, Koenig the rebound. Coppin can reset and take some more time in a tie game at 65, down to 50 seconds to go. And a timeout, Larry Stewart. Andrews has missed his last 3 threes. All right, we'll take a break and return with the final 50 seconds of overtime after this in a 65-all ball game here inside the PEC Arena. .9 to go here in overtime. We are tied at 65. Coppin State's got the basketball, 13 remaining on the shot clock. Both sides have 5 points here in the extra period. Coppin State trying to avenge the earlier loss to Maryland Eastern Shore to start conference season and trying to avenge the women's loss here earlier today on homecoming and win their 4th consecutive, which would give Larry Stewart 7 wins on the year for his side, the most in his tenure as a head coach, and would also give them 5 conference wins, which would be the most under Larry Stewart. And you continue to see steady improvement all 3 seasons now that Larry Stewart has been at the helm. They went from 2 wins to 6 wins, and they have repeated that 6-win mark here again this year, in a year in which they are not postseason eligible, but they have a chance. If they win out, they win 10 games this year, which would be the first time in a number of years. Coppin State has not won 4 games in a row since the 2010-2011 season, so a lot on the line for Coppin State. Sideline inbound for Williams. Perkins off a screen with 7. He got inside, left hand. Hassan Perkins has 7 points, trying to take down his former team, and he gives his side the lead. And an answer timeout from Cleo Hill Jr., the second-year head coach, looking to get a big-time win after starting 4-0 in conference play. They've lost their last 6. They started with wins over Morgan State 66-49, over Howard 69-57. A road win at Norfolk State 74-70. A 3-point win at home against Coppin 70-67. They had their road trip to South Carolina State and NC Central postponed and have lost their last 6. It started with a January 31st loss, so their last win came on January 17th against Coppin State. They lost to Delaware State on the road 65-57. Lost to NC Central on the road 65-63. At South Carolina State 63-54. At Morgan State 79-71. And at Howard 79-53. And then a home loss last Monday to Norfolk State 70-66. So you know this Maryland Eastern Shore team is hungry for a win. They'll have a sideline inbound, both sides with 1 timeout each. The arrow favors Coppin, and we're back underway. It is a 13-second differential between the shot and game clocks. Eagles 2-point lead. Offensive foul. Obanla has fouled out. Koenig exits, Horton's back in, Obanla will leave, and Maurice Vassell will sub in. So the best player on this Eastern Shore roster has fouled out after 28 minutes. He was a perfect 6 of 6 at the line, 6 rebounds, 14 points, an assist and a steal, and his day is done. Now Coppin's got to get the ball inbounds. They do for Perkins, and the shot clock is off. See how early they want to give a foul. Williams, and the timeout by Larry Stewart. Not happy with something on the press break, but he burns his last timeout in the half court. So now it's how quickly do you want to burn a foul and send Coppin State to the line? So Larry Stewart with a quick timeout. He's ready to go. So Horton, Andrews, Perkins, Williams, and Sparrow are the 5 in gold for Coppin. Teal, Cooper, Staples out there. And Coppin with a big break, and now Andrews is fouled. Staples is done for the day as well as he picked up his 5th. So Teal, Cooper, Vassell, and Mondin will be joined here in just a moment by Joseph Lacandro. And 2 free throws for Torrin Andrews. Thirteen players for Eastern Shore have played, 11 for Coppin State. Deep rotations for both these sides. Andrews 1 for 2 at the line today. Hits that to give Coppin a 3-point lead, 68-65. 4-point lead for Coppin State. Eastern Shore's got to go quickly and get a basket. Doesn't matter what it is. They want 3. It's short. Rebound, Williams. Out ahead to Horton. Teal's going to give the foul. And Coppin State's going to get out of here with a win. The coaches are asking for that to be continuation. Coppin State wants it to be continuation, and now here comes the interpretation of the rule. No basket. So Horton with a 4-point lead goes to the line to ice it for Coppin State. He gave Coppin a 3-point lead earlier and now gives them a 5-point advantage. It has not been the easiest day for Collie Horton. Got in foul trouble early in the first half. Only played 3 minutes. Played a minute in the second half before picking up his 3rd foul and then the ensuing technical foul on Collie Horton. Gave him 4, and he's played the end of regulation, and now Teal, it's all academic. It doesn't matter. Coppin wins their 7th game on the season, the most in a year under Larry.